Hello students, welcome to the e-learning platform presented by Mechanical Engineering Department of Dr. Bapuji Saloke Institute of Engineering and Technology, Kolhapur. The learning objective for today's session are number 1, study of method of clamping. In previous session, we had studied about clamping, principles of clamping and different types of clamp. In this session, we are going to study the various methods of clamping, and second, study of foolproofing and ejection. Study of foolproofing and ejection is necessary so as to completely ensure that workpiece is fitted into the jig or fixture, and ejection is necessary to understand the removal of workpiece. Starting with methods of clamping. Clamping method and system are basically of two categories. Number 1, general type without much consideration of the speed of clamping operation. This is the type in which we do not consider the speed of operation of clamping. That is, it is used for the job production or having low production, and where high production or high productivity is not required. In this case, the general type of clamping is used, in which we can use the different types of easiest clamping method such as your V blocks and the different types of bench vices for the workpiece, and the different simple methods for the operation. Second is the quick acting clamping method oblique quick action clamps. The different types of clamps that we studied are the quick action clamps. These clamps are used where we have to increase a productivity, or where we have to produce a number of different product in a small amount of time, or where we have to produce a workpiece in large quantity, where the clamping or slow clamping will be fatigue to the operator. At that time, we use the quick action clamps. The next type, or the next, are the general clamping methods of common use, or the simple clamping methods which are used widely in industry. Screw operated strap clamps are used for clamping and the end of the strap, as the end of the strap is pressed against a spring which enables quick unclamping. As shown in figure, a clamping knob is provided with which we can turn and easily unclamp the workpiece. This type of clamping method is used for easier operation and to minimize the operator fatigue. It is a simple type of pivoted clamp where the spring is used as shown in figure, so as to accommodate the workpiece easily and to clamp and unclamp the workpiece easily without the operator fatigue. The general clamping methods of use. Second, clamping for unobstructed through machining like milling, planing and broaching of the top surfaces. Whenever clamping the workpiece for machining the top surfaces or for milling, planing or broaching, there are different methods. The workpiece needs to be clamped from the side. The figure shows the clamping of the workpiece from the side point of view, where there is no clamp, or where there is no disturbance on the top surface, and this type of clamping methods can be used for machining in milling, planing and broaching of the top surfaces. These are the most effective methods or most general methods used and are probably used in the industries. These are the simple methods used for the proper clamping of the workpiece on milling machine, planing machine and the broaching machine on the top surfaces. The next type of clamping method of common use is the clamping by swing plates. Such clamping is simple and relatively quick in operation, but it is suitable for the jobs of smaller size and simple shape and requires less clamping force. As shown in figure, the clamping by swing plates. In this, the clamp is swinging and it can move around, and the workpiece can be fitted inside and again clamped with the help of the screw provided. This the only limitation is it is used for smaller size, as this will increase the workpiece size and it will be difficult for handling while machining or while performing different operation. It is also used where lesser clamping force is required. Usually clamping by swing plates is used for smaller size and simple shapes. The next part is foolproofing and ejection. Foolproofing and ejection ensures that the part fits into the machine tool in its correct position only. The simplest and most cost effective method is positioning a foolproof pin. It means designing of jig fixture with such device so as to make it impossible for an operator to insert a component into jig or fixture in any position other than the correct one. Foolproofing and ejection means the operator can only insert a component into one single way, or into a one single correct way. There can be number of ways in which a operator can insert a workpiece into jig and fixture, which could cause the problem. So as to remove that error, we have come with foolproofing and ejection, where the operator can insert the workpiece into such position that the position is one for all type of workpiece and the position is same for all of the workpiece. Foolproofing and ejection is necessary as it gives a guarantee to the operator that the workpiece is fitted properly into jig and fixture. The foolproofing and ejection as shown in figure, the one simple foolproofing pin is provided so as to the workpiece can be loaded in only one correct condition and the other condition can be avoided. With the help of a simple foolproofing pin, we can give or we can assure the guarantee to the operator that the workpiece which he or she is going to fit into the jig or fixture is properly fitted. The jig and fixture are designed to eject the heavy workpiece mechanically when it is unclamped. This is to save the time and labor of the operator. The ejection components are the wedges, spring-loaded cam, or the plungers. Ejection is nothing but the removal of the workpiece from the jig and fixture after the completion of operation. This reduces the time of removal of workpiece for the operator and it also reduces the operator fatigue. The main reason for ejection is whenever we want to increase the productivity, or whenever there is mass production, ejection is necessary, and it can be achieved by the plungers actuated hydraulically or pneumatically, or by the spring loaded cams, etc. So this completes our last part of the third chapter. In this third chapter, we have studied the different types of positioning method, principles of locating, principles of location, methods of location, types of locator, clamping, types of clamper, methods of clamping, and foolproofing and ejection. These all types are required while designing of jig and fixture, so as whenever a engineer or a tool engineer designs a jig and fixture, these are the points that one needs to be considered while designing the proper jig and fixture. The jig and fixture designing is a heavy and a critical job, as it reduces the time and effort of the worker while clamping and unclamping the workpiece, and it also increases the productivity of a component or of an industry. So the next part, the design of jig and fixture, we will be studying in the further chapter. For today's session, this is all. Thank you.